Welcome back. This should be the conclusion to Christ, the way, the truth, the life, dedication. It's part 6. It should be the conclusion. Oh, but grace be ill warned on us, who carry so unworthy with it as we do. Yet it is well with the gracious soul that he is under grace's tutory and care. For grace will care for him, when he careth not much for it, nor yet seeth well in his own welfare. Grace can and will prevent, yea, must prevent afterward, as well as at the first. That grace may be grace, and appear to be grace, and continue unchangeably to be grace. And so free grace, while is it with the believer, whom grace has once taken by the heart and brought within the bond of the covenant of grace, its deadliest condition is not desperate. When corruption prevaileth to such a height that a man is given over for dead, there being no sense, no motion, no warmth, no breath, almost to be observed, yet grace, when violently restrained by that stronger distemper, to retire to a secret corner of the soul, and there to lurk and lie quiet, will yet at length, through the receiving influence of grace promised in the covenant, and granted in the Lord's good time, come out of its prison, take the fields, and recover the empire of the soul. And then the dry and withered stalks, when the God of all grace will be as dew unto Israel, shall blossom and grow as the lily, and cast forth his roots as leaven. His branches shall spread, and his beauty shall be as the olive tree, and his smell as leaven. It is a happy thing either for church or particular soul to be planted in grace's sappy soil. They lie open to the warm beams of the sun of righteousness, and the winter's blast may be sharp and long. Clouds may intercept the heat, and nipping frost may cause a sad decay, and all the sap may return and lie as it were dormant in the roots. Yet the winter will pass. The rain will be over and gone, and the flowers will appear on the earth. The time of singing of birds will come. The voice of the turtle will be heard in the land. Then shall even the wilderness and solitary place be glad, and the deserts shall rejoice and bloom as a rose. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice even with joy and singing. The glory of Lebanon shall be given unto it, the excellency of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the glory of the Lord and the excellency of our God. We wonder that 'tis not always hot summer days, a flourishing and fruitful season with souls and with churches. But now we, the thoughts of the Lord, we see to the bottom of the deep contrivance of infinite wisdom. Know we the usefulness, yea, necessity of long winter nights, stormy blast, rain, hail, snow, and frost. Consider we that our state and condition, while here, calleth for those vicissitudes, and requireth the blowing of the north as well as the south winds. If we considered how grace has ordered all things for our best, and most for the glory and exaltation of grace, we would sit down and sing under the saddest of dispensions, and living by faith and hope, we would rejoice in the confident expectation of a gracious outgate. For as long as grace predominant, and that will be until glory take the empire, all will ruin in the channel of grace, and though now sense, which is oft faith unfaithful friend, will be always suggesting false tales of God and His grace unto unbelief, and raising thereby discontents, doubts, fears, jealousies, and many distempers in the soul of this manifold grace, as ordering, tempering, timing, shortening, or continuing of all the sad and dismal days and seasons that have passed over their own or their mother's head, that they shall see that grace did order all, yea, every circumstance as all the various tossings, changings, ups and downs, they did meet with. And oh, what a satisfying sight will that be, when the General Assembly and Church of the Firstborn, which are enrolled in heaven, and every individual saint shall come together and take a view of all their experience, the result of which shall be, grace began, grace carried on, and grace hath perfected all. Grace was at the bottom of all. What shouting grace, grace unto it will be there. When the headstone shall be brought forth, what soul-satisfying complacency and admiration at all that is past will a back look thereat yield, when every one shall be made to say, grace hath done all well. Not a pin of all the work of grace in and about me might have been wanted. Now I see that the work of God is perfect. Grace was glorious grace, and wise grace. Whatever I thought of it then, oh, what a fool I have been in quarreling at, and in not being fully satisfied with all that grace was doing with me. Oh, how little is this believed now in conscience, madam, that your ladyship to me no way knows, but by a savory report shall accept of this bold address. I recommend your ladyship, my very noble lord, your husband, and offspring, to the word of his grace, and subscribe myself, madam, your and their servant, in the gospel and grace of God, by John Brown. That last little bit is what John Brown himself added. That in conscience, madam, that your ladyship, that was done by John Brown. He is the one that did the dedication. And that is the end of Part 6, Christ the Way, the Truth, and the Life. Dedication, Part 6. And we will see what's next for Christ the Way, the Truth, the Light. Next. Alright, my brothers and sisters. Peace be with you. I love you guys. Keep safe. Keep watching.